Gather round, everyone, and hear again the tale of Drakfu. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Friday. So we've actually been really busy this week. Monday, we took care of the rest of the questing in Gorgon, and Wednesday, we took care of the questing, the additional questing you get around level 94 in Frostfire Ridge concerning the Shadow Council. But today, we're going to be taking on the next zone, Talador. Now, first of all, let's go ahead and check the... I've already checked the mission table to see if we have anything. Unfortunately, we don't. But, as people saw in my Icecrown Citadel video, my War Mill has upgraded. So let's go ahead and grab that really quick before we take off. Whee! War Mill level 2! Okay, so now this actually increases, I think, the amount of upgrades that we can get, or at least it makes them easier. Let's also check out the garrison resources. So we have plus 46. Can we start up a brand new mission? Do we have enough? That would be really helpful to us. No, we actually are very much needing more resources. So we're not going to worry about that too much. And of course, we're going to actually talk to Rokan to start up the questing in Talador. So let's go ahead and talk to Rokan.
You come get the food.
Hey, boss man. Old Vol'jin the Wolf Chief be sending me some shadow hunters to be your eyes and ears. When I hear of things out there in the world you should be hearing of, I'll be letting you know. So he actually does have a garrison campaign. We're not going to worry about that just yet. News from Talador. Welcome back, man. It's a matter of strategy. The Iron Horde have proved themselves worthy foes. They managed to get their fleet moving to Talador from Gorgon without my spies seeing a thing. Talador be a crossroads for the whole continent. We can't let them have it. Don't worry, boss. We got a plan. 4-man Grobash be setting up an outpost for our forces as we speak. They be ready for you when you arrive, Commander. So you need to speak to Braun Skyhorn to secure a flight to Talador. We're not going to worry about the garrison campaign. Let's go ahead and talk to Braun.
What brings you here?
So show me where I can fly. Actually, we need to talk to him specifically. So take me to my base in Talador. Let's go ahead and go. So to explain Talador to those who don't know it, if people remember my Burning Crusade playthrough, Terakar Forest is roughly the same area as Talador, except it's much more young and vibrant compared to the original Terakar Forest. So at that point, that's also where Shattrath is, that is where Auchindoun is, and we're going to be able to see it in its prime before the horrible explosion of Auchindoun that made the Bone Wastes, as well as see a vibrant Shattrath city. And the cool part is that Shattrath is actually a coastal city. So we'll be able to see it bridge to the Sea of Zangar. In fact, you can kind of start seeing the beginnings of Talador right here. It's kind of an autumn-filled zone. There you go, we have some ports already. This is also kind of the lead-in area for Tanan, or like you said, it was the central point in all of Draenor. So you could get to Tanan Jungle from here, you could get to all of the other zones from Talador, except for Frostfire Ridge. You'd have to make your way, but that's fine. Welcome to Talador. As you can see, it's like a spring meets autumn, like late summer kind of feel. Very different from Terakar Forest, although the trees do look similar. So here is our Horde Outpost in Talador. Vol'jin's Pride.
Hey, let me out of this thing!
Oh, okay. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't like the fact that you're yelling at me. So let's go ahead and turn this in with Braun Skyhorn. Or Foreman Gorbash, sorry.
Your will be done. I require your advisement, Commander.
Be safe.
Okay, so now we actually get this flight path, and at your command.
Commander, the outpost is nearly fully operational. Gazlo provided us with 2 different blueprints to fill this final plot, an arsenal or an arcane sanctum. Either one would provide us with additional firepower we need to stop the Iron Horde's advance. The plans are on the drafting table. It is your call.
Your blades never
Okay, so we'll check that out before I start claiming quests. So here's the drafting table. And here's what you can pick from. Vol'jin's Arsenal will provide higher quality weapons and armor for your troops. Once fully operational, Vol'jin's Arsenal grants the use of artillery strike within Talador. So basically, it'll put a target on the ground. Anything within that target zone dies. The Arcane Sanctum will transform some of your forces into powerful spellcasters. Once fully operational, the Arcane Sanctum grants the use of the Guardian Orb within Talador. So basically, that's like an Ulduar turret that helps you out in battle. I would actually recommend Vol'jin's Arsenal if this is your first time in Draenor. It's very helpful, and it's actually a little overpowered. So we're going to go with Vol'jin's Arsenal. So you get kind of a war mill building. Now again, just like Gorgron, this influences the questing in Talador. So you would get different questing objectives for your outpost based on that. So keep that in mind, and it's one of those cool concepts that, like I said with Gorgron, you can go into the upper half of Gorgron if you pick the arena, and the lower half if you pick the Shredder. Here, you're going through basically the same areas, but you get different quests, and you have to, actually, I think with the Arcane Sanctum, you deal with a lot more ogres than you do Iron Horde, but that's really the main difference, and I recommend you play as both of them. Like, take an alt through here and just do the Arcane Sanctum, just to try it out. So here we go with Foreman Gorbash.
What do you need?
Your will be done for the Horde.
Indeed. The Quarry Quandary.
Now that our arsenal is built, we need a skilled smith to operate it. We recently caught an...
Listen up. Thanks to our commander, we got a new building up. Now we gotta get this new structure up to snuff pronto, all right? So get to it, yesterday. You won't be needing me. You're in charge after all.
And yet you're talking while I'm trying to talk. Okay, Foreman. The Quarry Quandary.
Now that our arsenal is built, we need a skilled smith to operate it. We recently caught an Iron Horde deserter who claims he used to be one of the Blackrock's best iron workers. Normally I'd ignore the ravings of a captive, but the weapons we took out of his pack had the finest workmanship I've ever seen. Commander, I think we should see if he's as good as he claims.
So Morkrith Bladehowl's assistants. He's the guy off here. We're also going to talk to Shadow Hunter Kajasa.
How you doing, man?
News from Spires of Iraq. Commander, scouts from the Spires of Iraq have brought back news to the garrison. There's word of a brewing war between Birdmen and the Shattered Hand Orcs. Rokan's asking for your presence when your work is done here. Should you be willing, sir?
Bye-bye.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and talk to Morketh. Morketh Bladehowl.
Speak.
You're the one in charge around here, right? I've heard the guards talk about the exploits. Or your exploits. If I wasn't looking at you now, I'd swear they were lying. I've only ever wanted to make the finest blades and put them in the hands of the strongest of fighters. I can tell already that you're exactly the type I want to carry my weapons. If you could give me a chance, I swear you will not be disappointed.
Okay. Unleashed Steel.
Thank you, boss. I won't let you down. I didn't even try to sneak one of those low-quality blades here that one of your peons placed right next to the cage, which by the way, was a pretty terrible idea, and that thing should be moved before you get anyone else less honorable in here. Enough talk. Let's check this place out.
So we need to speak to Morketh Bladehowl inside of Vol'jin's Pride in Talador.
Ah, sweet freedom. You won't regret this, Commander. I'll make you the finest armament in all of Draenor. Now, let's see what we have to work with.
Something tells me this guy is like the optimum blacksmith for the Horde blacksmith building. Just the way he kind of talks. Morketh! Greetings, Commander Drakfu. Okay, now in here I think should be... Yep, there's the command table, so now we can use that again. Let's go ahead and talk to Morketh.
We have a lot of basic arms here, but I'll get them improved in no time. Thank you for giving me this chance.
Out of Jovite.
Crafting good equipment requires the best metal, and some of the best metal is the Jovite that comes from the mine in Kuro's Claim, just east of here. In order to supply the arsenal, I'm going to need this metal. Unfortunately, the place was recently overwhelmed by a pack of Gorin, so you're going to have to fight your way in to get the ore before they manage to devour it. Nothing that should be too much of a problem for you, sir.
So we need to go get some Jovite ore.
The Iron Horde cares nothing for the quality of a blade or the workmanship that goes into it. They craft them big and heavy to make up for the poor steel they're made with. Pathetic.
So we also have Iridium Recovery.
My goods used to be for the very best. Now the Iron Horde makes copies out of poor metal and give them to everyone. I'm going to show them that what a real smith can do in your arsenal. But first I'm going to need a powerful flux to make the metal as pure as it can get. The dust from crushed iridium geodes would work in a pinch, but we need to find some first. They tend to congregate underground, so check out the mine in Kuro's Claim nearby.
Okay. And finally, gas guzzlers.
Sir, to make the best equipment for your arsenal, I need not only the best materials, but to use the best techniques. Over the years, I've developed a method to greatly strengthen my metal, but it does require an exotic resource, Gorin gut gas.
Really? Really? You collect Gorin farts?
That's your secret sauce?
Okay, continue.
The nearby mine at Kuro's Claim just came down with an infestation of the things. Could you collect a few samples for the arsenal supplies? I'd just kill a few Gorin and give their bodies a good prod with this gas extractor.
I am not sticking it there. It's not happening, buddy. Okay, it's probably happening. I don't like what I'm about to do, but I do it for the greater good of the Horde. Okay, so we need to go and take care of the Jovite issue. Thankfully, we're not too far away from it. And fun fact, so if you came in here on the Alliance, up that hill is actually where you would be, and I believe it's called Rin's Pride. No, Vol'jin's Pride, so it would be like Rin's Valor or something like that. Now, here's another cool aspect is if you did the Arcane Sanctum, you'd also do some questing in here, which is like Khadgar's Inner Sanctum. A lot of your turn-ins for the Legendary Ring quest would be in there. So we'll show it off in a second, but I want to take care of Kuro's Claim first before we do anything else. So once again, happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to Talador. As you can see, some of the Draenei are dealing with Gorin problems. Screw you. Okay.
I need a target.
Gotta target them, and then just gotta stick it up their bunghole. Nope, not this one. I'm sorry to have to say that, people, but that's basically what I'm doing. Okay, let's step into Kuro's Claim. Maybe we'll be able to do that to the Gorin here. Oh, and hey, look, Iridium Geodes. You can mine them, but you don't really get anything aside from fragments. Okay, let's go ahead and turn auto loop back on. So here is Jovite ore. We'll grab some of that. I think as soon as he grabs it, I won't be able to grab it. So we'll have to play it safe in here because we got a warrior in here. There we go. Shove that up your bum. And we got some Gorin gas. That's so helpful, I guess. Oh, I wish I didn't have to say Gorin gas, but that's the way it goes. Oh, hi, Mr. Gorin. Do you have some gas? Sure you do. Geode fragments. Cool. Let's go ahead and grab some more Jovite. Crap, it looks like a warrior friend got up here first. So we might have to double back for some geodes. Anything else up here? Okay, so here's some Jovite. And there is... So this is the Iridium Geode that they were talking about. Just gotta kill him, and then you get Iridium Dust. So pretty straightforward. We're just collecting stuff this time around. There we go. Here we go. This should be the last of the Jovite ore I need. Yay! Oh, I don't care about you, stupid cave hunter. But I do care about this Iridium Geode. And yay, now I have that. Oh, and here's some pure crystal dust. Would this be something else that I need? Oh, but you do get an iridium inlaid band. This is a rare cache. 554, is that better than what I have? Oh, yes it is. Okay, let's replace the 519 ring that I have here. Boom. And jump down. I have a feeling we'll get the rest of the Gorons down here. You know, as soon as this warrior's done. Okay, so here's more iridium. Grab that. Okay, 2 more iridium dust. And yeah, there was a black rock deposit down here. We'll grab that. Crackling Jade Lightning, bring this one down here. Okay, 1 more iridium dust. Nope, that won't work. You gotta find one above. Oh, and the warrior already got it. But this Goron he didn't get, so I'll just kill him off. And we're halfway with that one too, so we're already making good progress, but now we need to get some geode fragments to finish up the iridium dust. Boom. There we go, that finishes up the dust. Now, we just gotta kill off 3 more Goron. You know, that's basically what you were doing in Draenor, killing Goron. Because Goron are basically the kobolds of Draenor. Not just that, the little plant guys were that too. And they were pretty savage as well. Savage! Gotta find ways to say savage. And to all the people who actually screwed me for saying savage, hey, at least I'm not doing what Blizzard developers did, which is make a drinking game out of it. Oh man, I'd be plastered. How many ways can I not say that Draenor is savage? Savage! Okay, now that we have all this, let's go ahead and return back to the garrison outpost. Now, this is actually, so I did also pull up the goals for Talador, and as you guys can see, there isn't too much to do here. There are 4 basic quests that you do, or 4 basic chapters, and they're not too long, so I have a feeling we won't be in Talador for very long. We'll probably spend more time in the last 2 zones. Okay, let's go ahead and turn all of this in with Morketh.
What is it?
Yes, I know. Out of Jovite.
We need to get that ore before those damned Goron eat it all.
You mean this ore?
Good-sized chunks and without a lot of matrix material on them. These will do just fine.
And we do get garrison resources out of it. Okay, and then Iridium Recovery.
I'm going to need a lot of iridium dust to purify the metal to anywhere near my standards.
Here's the dust.
This won't be as good as some of the mixes we had in the Blackrock foundries, but it will do.
What is it?
Gas guzzlers.
Thank you, boss. This is just what I needed. By the way, Goron gas is rather difficult to come by. We should probably hold off on clearing those guys out till we can stockpile enough. Just a thought.
Alright, going to the Gordunai.
We have a good supply of Jovite in the arsenal now, but there just isn't enough of the material in the mine to keep up in stock for long. Down south of here, there's a mountain that's just full of the stuff, but there's one problem. Ogres. The Gordunai live on top of that mountain, and have begun trading the Jovite to the Iron Horde. We need to go down there and secure the minerals for ourselves. I'll pack some supplies and meet you near their fortress down south.
Okay. So we need to go to Gordal Fortress and meet up with Morketh there. First of all, we did actually get some garrison resources, so let's see if we can send somebody out on a mission. We can, and that's for 100. Yeah, let's go ahead and give that to Ulna. Send her out. And that's pretty much it. We can get additional garrison resources with that one, but it's 62%. Oh, this one has 100%. So it'd be Vivian, Kaz the Shrieker, and Lokra. So let's do that. Kaz and then Lokra. We'll send them out too. Any others that we can do 100%? Not really. Okay. I should technically be using the add-on, but the add-on buttons are still kind of broken for me. Oh, and now we actually have additional quests. So first of all, with Shadow Hunter Kajasa.
Don't be shy.
One step ahead. Boss, Durotan set off with Draka and Gazlo to track the Iron Horde's movements along the coast. They waiting for you on the cliffs to the northwest.
Okay.
Okay, and then we also have one from Provisioner Naya.
Greetings.
Logistical Nightmare.
Commander, I'm afraid I have troubling news. These Saberon followed our encampment from Gorgrond and have been stealing our supplies, ransacking our ledgers, and slaughtering our peons. I hate to ask of your time to deal with the matter, but of all of your men are stationed guarding the camp from any further raids. We desperately need those supplies so we may enact your will.
So we need to get these sacks of supplies and garrison records. And then finally, we also have a quest from Beastmaster Tag.
What are you looking for?
Ooh, and it's just a bunch of wanted ones.
Greetings, monk. I can assist you in recovering lost companions.
So he's basically your pet master in here. So, wanted, Kiloon.
It's that damned bird! Every few hours, this blasted thing flies right past here, and none of these idiots will stop it. It's got the crazy in its eyes, they tell me. Pah! Commander, this bird will be the end of me. If you see it, could you cut off its stupid head and give it to me? It'd make me feel better.
Okay, so we need to kill Kiloon, and obviously it does suggest 3 players. I'm 100, it doesn't matter. Then, wanted, Hilani.
We need more meat, Commander. I know that what you're thinking. What about all that meat right behind me? That's the problem. It'll be gone in a day if we're lucky. There's a river beast that lives in the lake to the south. Locals call her Hilani. Massive. Lots of meat. If you would take down the beast and bring me her meat, your wolves will be better off for it.
Again, it requests 3 players. We don't need to worry about that. And then finally, Ratok the Hammer.
The Iron Horde have no honor. They disgust me. We spotted one of their lieutenants wandering the cliffs not far from our base. I believe that she is tracking our movements to prepare some sort of assault from the Orunai coast. I understand that you have much to do, Commander. If you have the time, I believe it would be beneficial to our position's integrity.
So we need to take out Ratok the Hammer.
Strength.
Good to know. So these are all the quests that we need to take care of. What can we get done nearby? So Kiloon actually does patrol the area nearby Voldrin's Pride. So we'll take care of her, of the bird first. And here's all of the supplies and stuff like that that the Saberon stole. We'll take care of that along the way. We just need to be a little careful because Kiloon only pats for a little while, and then at that point, the bird respawns. So I gotta keep my eyes out for it. That would be a butterfly. I want to make sure that I don't miss Kiloon. I don't see it anywhere. I guess I'll just keep on killing off these guys. There we go. That'll give us 3. Oh, there's Kiloon. Speaking of Kiloon. So I'll go ahead and showcase the awesome ability that you get. Just barrages the area with bullets. Or with cannonballs. No, I don't want to join your freaking guild. Don't pester me. I hate it when frickin' spam guilds do that. Okay, ignore, so we don't get another one. Alright, so now we have Kiloon taken care of. Now we can focus on this particular area. Now you'll notice we're getting a lot of sumptuous fur. Believe it or not, this is the only expansion where you don't collect cloth of some kind for bandages. Or for cloth, for tailoring. You actually would collect sumptuous fur and then eventually make it into whatever you needed it to be. So, this is basically the cloth of this expansion. Okay, 2 more. No more sacks of supplies. There we go. We need one more pile of ledgers. And here it is. Boom. Cool. Now we have all the garrison records and the sacks of supplies. What else in the area can I get done? Nothing really, but we can take care of Ratok the Hammer. That's probably the next nearby quest. Let's go ahead and turn these in, though. Let's get the things a-going. Alright, Beastmaster Tog, wanted Killoon.
If you decide to kill that creature, I will name my firstborn in your honor.
Okay, we'll get ready to name it Drakfu.
Praise to Drakfu for the Horde.
Okay, so we can get this, or we can get a fist weapon. We're probably going to get a fist weapon, even though, well, it is an upgrade from our one-handed mace. And it did upgrade, so the Terraclaw Talon is something that we will probably want. So let's see. It is one-handed, so let's just go ahead and replace the 522. And let's also turn this in with Naya.
Commander, have you had time to locate our supplies and ledgers?
I have!
I never doubted you for a moment. You are truly a commander of the people. Loktar Ogar!
So send them running.
Your scouts have located the Saberon's alpha male just outside our gates. Commander, I believe that dispatching this target will send any of these remaining vermin running back to their caves. I do not wish to ask more of you, but you are the only one capable of this task, sir.
Okay, so we need to slay Weissnaw just outside Vol'jin's Pride. We can take care of that, so let's go ahead and do it. So there is Weissnaw right there. Hi, buddy. And now, nuclear launch detected. There we go. I really ought to find that for this particular buff. I really do like it. It does take a while, so you only get 3 charges. After that, you have to wait, but we're making good time. Okay, Naya.
For Drakfu, for the Horde!
So 545, that's an upgrade. Even if it is a minor one. Yep, let's go ahead and use it. Okay, well, the next one that is nearest to us is Ratok, and then we can actually take care of Durotan while we're out there. Let's go ahead and head on out to Ratok the Hammer and take care of her. But we do also have some timber out here. Let's go ahead and collect that as well on the way. So here is Talador, and off in the distance you can see a lot of Draenei structures that have been majorly damaged. This is where the brunt of the Draenei Orc War was being hosted in Talador, up until they took over Shattrath City. I'll go ahead and let you take care of that, because you will get the timber regardless. Yay, 12 timber. Now this is going to put us really close to an Alliance outpost, so I'm just going to try and skirt by it. Oh no! What the heck was that? And off in the distance, you can actually see the battle of Shattrath City going on. Oh, and Morgrun's Logworks? What the heck? What did we... Oh, the bonus objective. Okay, we're not going to worry about this one. We're going to bypass to Ratok. I don't need to level up anymore, guys. I'm already capped at 100, and anything past this point is Legion content. We're getting really close to the cap. So Ratok is actually over this way. I do believe you... Yeah, you can get a quest or a follower here, so maybe we'll get that on the way. So here is
These monsters must be stopped.
I am too far gone to
So, Dying Wish.
I'm too far gone to rescue, but thank you for speaking with me. Blade Master Bralock has had his men starve and beat me. He stole an heirloom that has been in my family since before we arrived on Draenor. Should you find it, please let me see it once more so that I may die in peace.
Okay, all you have to do is basically take out the Blade Master nearby to reclaim his heirloom. So we'll go ahead and take care of him. There you go, and you get Om's heirloom. And for that, you actually get him as a follower. At least I think you do for Horde. You get him for Alliance. He's actually really good for enchanting.
Please help.
The Blade Master must pay.
Here's your heirloom.
Thank you. Now that I know it is out of the hands of the Iron Horde, I can die peacefully.
And he dies. And later on, when we go back to the garrison, we can claim Om as a follower. So I'll show that off when we get when we get closer to ending today. So down this way, I believe, is going to take us to Ratok the Hammer. Actually, it sounds really cool to say it now, doesn't it? Ratok the Hammer. Ah, and it looks like a druid is trying to take her out right now. Good thing we came here when we did. So now we get the credit, along with the druid. Congrats, dude. And here is Shattrath. So you may not have known this, but Shattrath City was a coastal city, and it's under heavy siege by the Iron Horde. So eventually the questline will take us into Shattrath, and we will try and liberate it, but for now, it's not safe territory. But while we're out in this neck of the woods, let's try and track down Durotan on the Orgrim coast and see if we can figure out what he's doing out here. Oh, dang it. Wish he hadn't spotted me. Warcraft Annihilator. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm just looking for Durotan. Oh, there is a little Draenei outpost out here, and unfortunately that's not where I'm supposed to go. Oh, but I can see Horde pikes, so that's probably where we need to go. I hope there's a flight path here. Turquoise Raptor. Yep, I see Horde banners, so this is probably another Horde outpost that you can get a flight path for. In fact, you can. I can see Mokra on my map. So, Frostwolf Overlook. First of all, grab the flight path. Yay! And here is Durotan.
Welcome, friend of the Frostwolves.
Ah, Drakfu. I recognized your scent, friend. We have been waiting for your arrival to begin our task.
Okay.
Make us
So talk to him.
proud.
Through the looking glass. Ha.
Your allies sent a goblin, Gazlo, to advise us against the Iron Horde. Thus far, he has proven a valuable asset. He has a looking glass set up that can see a great distance, and he claims, even here. Use this looking glass and report back what you've seen. I will stick to my standard spyglass.
Never leave
Okay.
behind.
Now, first, before we do that, we actually have a bunch of quests here, so let's just go ahead and talk to Draka.
What can I do?
In short supply.
The enemy has explosive devices stored on the beach below. We must recover them so that they are not used against us. Reports indicate that crates of explosives are scattered along the shoreline. While you search, Durotan and I will carve deeper into the Iron Horde territory.
Be brave.
And Gazlo has a quest for us.
Hey, Commander!
Gazlo's solution. I've identified some high-value targets down in the forest below. When you get near one, you can deploy my solution. Deploy it, and the objectives will be neutralized with great economy. Or great ceremony. So you need to destroy the Thunderlord cache, the Blackrock Forge, and the munitions landing.
Precision Goblin
Okay.
Engineering.
Cool. So let's go ahead and use the spyglass and see what Durotan is looking at. Wait, could that be?
You are my vanguard. These shores are ours. Leave no enemy alive. Iron will, iron blood. Go forth to victory!
So, in case you don't know who that is Orgrim Doomhammer. He is the official second war chief of the Horde in our history. He actually dethroned Rend Blackhand. Not Red Blackhand, but War Chief Blackhand, who was basically a puppet to Gul'dan after Orgrim found that out. And thus led the Horde up until they lost the Second War and got put into internment camps. And then eventually handed his armor and his hammer, the Doomhammer, over to Thrall. So Orgrim Doomhammer has a lot of significance, and it's great to see him here. So let's go and talk to Durotan and see how he feels about it, because they're best friends.
We fight together or die alone.
Orgrim leads these orcs. Why has he pledged himself to the Iron Horde?
Old friends, new enemies.
I cannot believe Orgrim would continue to do Blackhand's bidding after all the destruction he has wrought. We must confront him. Join me at the village along Orgrim coast, and we will confront my oldest friend.
In one another,
Okay.
we find strength.
too many irons in the fire.
We must not head into battle prematurely. Before we go after Orgrim, we must first deal with his troops. If we are to succeed in our mission of wiping out the Iron Horde from Talador, we need to start on these shores.
Okay, we need to kill 15 Iron Horde.
Make your way to the cave the scouts spotted. I will meet the commander at the coastal village.
Okay, so it looks like Draka and Durotan are already setting out. So we'll go ahead and set out with them. So in that same area, we're going to be taking care of caches, munitions, all that stuff, Iron Horde explosives, and we'll meet up with Durotan at Orgrim Village. Before that, let's go ahead and get things going. Oh, actually, we do get additional quests here from Deception. Who is that? Oh, jeez!
Holy crap!
All that's left of her is her boots. And yes, you can pick these things up. They are a toy. They basically make your boots go on fire. I still love getting shot by that every now and then. I completely forgot that this was the village that did that. Oh, it's great. So, thank you, Deception. We appreciate that. Okay, so we have some Iron Horde to kill. We got some explosives to take care of, amongst other things. So, let's go ahead and get this going with a questing break. Go! Okay, so here we are at Orgrim Village, and we're gonna meet up with Durotan, but it looks like the Iron Horde got here first. Oh, and here's Orgrim. Let's talk to him. Let's see if we can get him out of his, get him back to his senses.
Orgrim! Brother, what have you done? Brother, you have allied with enemy invaders, Durotan. You've chosen your side. Can you not see it? The Iron Horde will destroy Draenor. My visions show me otherwise. See reason, old friend. You must stop this lunacy. War is not a time for reason. Lieutenant, deal with them.
Well, that didn't work out as well as we'd kind of hoped, but we'll take care of Lieutenant Dilka. There we go.
I will meet you ahead. I must join Draka.
Agreed. Let's go ahead and meet up with Draka and see if we can maybe catch up to Doomhammer? Not sure. So where could Draka be? Oh, she's way down here, so we don't need to worry about this too much. Oh, there's a true iron deposit. I'm not gonna worry about that. Where are you, Draka? There's our Blackrock munitions. Where be you, Draka? Come on! Oh, are you all the way up here? Okay, well, we'll take care of that. Oh, but look at that. We also have an additional quest that we can get out here. Let's go ahead and grab the Iron Shredder decommission orders. Ketia Shred Iron. Your new iron shredders are a menace to our own soldiers. Decommission the prototype and store it in the cave on Talador Beach until you've worked out the kinks. I will send engineer Drakson to work on it in the meantime. Orgrim Doomhammer. So you need to find the decommissioned iron shredder in the nearby cave and take it for engineer Drakson. And there's actually a nearby cave right here. So let's just go see if maybe there's a decommissioned shredder in here. Ignore me walking into your cave. And there's a decommissioned shredder! Yay! Let's go ahead and grab that. We probably will need that later. Nope, I'm gonna let those go boom. I know better. And hi, buddy. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the iron shredder. So, let's see. Disabled. Oh, yeah, that's right. Gotta get out of the cave, and I think it'll auto put us back where we need to be. All of these are probably going to be turned in right up here. Yep. Looky, looky! What's all this going on? Here is Draka's den. Hi, Draka! Hi, Durotan! So let's go ahead and turn this in with Draka.
I'm here for you.
Have you found the Iron Horde explosives yet? Oh yes, I did. Plenty. I believe we can use these at Arcanon Siege Yard. Okay. Iron them out. The orcs themselves are not the only threat. We may have weakened them considerably, but they still have siege weapons of significant power. Sabotage siege weapons you find with the explosives you collected from the beach. Okay.
Strength comes
And
from
Durotan.
All I need is a wolf at my side and a fellow warrior at my back.
Alright, so Orgrim will not stop this foolishness, so we must stop him.
Stay strong.
And too many irons in the fire?
We will have a fewer enemies to deal with on our backs. Loktar.
Hey, Dread Piston.
Nearby, a group of Iron Horde took over a key strategic position with surprising alacrity. They used a machine they call Dread Piston, the terrible effect in the siege, and I believe we need to destroy that machine before moving against the Iron Horde in Tuarem.
Okay, so you need to defeat Dread Piston
Behind.
and Gazlo.
What you need?
I live to servo, so Gazlo's solution. I always love a good explosion. Yes, yes you do. We can attest to this. Boom, and we did actually upgrade it. So yay, reliable threat assessor. Okay, so 436, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and upgrade that.
So
And
what
Gazlo.
next, Commander?
A prototype iron shredder, huh? I bet we can get this thing working. They didn't have me to fix it. All right, volume X pages. The manual for the shredder was wedged in there, but it's missing a lot of pages. We need to find as many pages of that manual as possible, and I might be able to get this shredder operational. Based on the directions of the wind, I bet the pages flew toward Arcanon Siege Yard.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
take care of it. Jeez.
We need 20 manual pages. We need to kill Dread Piston and also take care of the siege weapons in the Arcanon Siege Yard. So let's go ahead and start that up. And we'll go ahead and do that with a questing break as soon as we get there. But first, we'll take out Dread Piston so you guys can at least see it. So these are the Iron Horde siege engines that you need to take out. Basically, bigger cannons that they're using to siege Shatrath City. We don't care about you Blade Masters. Well, we do kind of. You're Burning Blade Clan, but that's about it. So there's Dread Piston right in the middle. So we're just gonna go ahead and kill him. I Dread Piston, you die! Nuclear launch detected. And no, this didn't work out for you, now did it? Boom! Oh, and he actually had a siege smith right next to him. All right, and with that, now that we've killed off Dread Piston, let's go ahead and get the rest of the stuff done. Go! All right, now we've taken care of all of the problems at the Arcanon Siege Yard. In the meantime, though, you'll notice that the question marks actually move a little bit further towards Shatrath. That's kind of the flow of this particular quest line, is that eventually it ends in the trying to save Shatrath City from the Iron Horde assault. But before we take that on, because that's actually on their way to Shatrath, we're going to go this way, and we'll get an additional Horde Outpost, it looks like. Yep, for the Frostwolf clan. And we get a flight path. That's even better. Durotan's Grasp. So, first of all, let's turn this in with Gazlo.
I'm all yours, Commander.
I don't know why those idiots don't just collect all the pages in one place. I know, right? Lots of detail, almost as if a goblin wrote it.
I'm on it.
Okay, and then we'll have Draka.
We must protect our home.
It's a relief to know that those their weapons of war cannot be used against us.
For the honor of the clan.
Hey, Durotan.
There is power.
An infernal machine.
Run with
There we
the
go.
flag.
Now this gives you an additional quest from Gazlo.
Work crew standing by.
An eye for a spy. Excellent, excellent. I'll make sense of these manual pages and we'll get the Iron Shredder operational immediately. While I do that, take a look through my eye and ear. That's where we'll be heading soon.
Right
Okay?
away.
So let's go ahead and do that. Where are we going next, Gazlo? Ah, so this is where Orgrim is.
Not long ago, we were orcs of many clans, quibbling over scraps in a world that was ours for the taking. Now, as one clan, no enemy can hope to stand against the Iron Horde. We will crush their bones beneath our boots. We will burn their cities to ash. The Iron Tide washes over them!
Now, a lot of people might be thinking this is a twisting of Orgrim's character. It's actually not. Orgrim was very loyal to Blackhand back in the day. It was only when he found out that Blackhand was dishonorable that he turned on him. So it actually does make sense that this is how Orgrim would act.
All yours, Commander.
Orgrim seems to be up to no good. Yep, can guarantee that. Born to shred. The Iron Shredder is operational. It should be primed and ready for you to shred our enemies in Turin. Head inside and see what damage you could do. Can't say I'm not jealous.
Yeah. I'll take care of it. Gee.
Okay, so we can't take care of that, but we've officially run out of time, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Garrison Hearthstone, because I said that this was going to be kind of the wrap-up for what we've done so far. So let's go ahead and head back to the Garrison and claim our new follower, who unfortunately has died, but thankfully his ghost is willing to help us out. So I believe he is just outside the Garrison. So oh, Benjamin Brode, he even comes here. Awesome. Is it out this way? Or maybe is Alliance only. I would not be surprised if was Alliance only. It does actually make sense for him to be that. Oh, actually, Scraps of Iron. Let's turn this in, too. What do we turn it in with? Isn't it the War Mill? Yeah, it's the War Mill. So let's go to the War Mill and we'll turn that in, since we got some Iron Horde scraps while we were killing people. Well, hi there, Gruntelek.
What can I help you with?
Or Grunlek. Here's your scraps.
Got these scraps?
Yes.
Those scraps will do.
Why, thank you. You get a brand new Orgrimmar tabard to go with your snazzy new set of armor that you can get with a War Mill. Yeah, it actually might be that we don't get That's disappointing, but I'll bet you there's an Alliance counterpart that was ideal for enchanting. So not the biggest loss ever. But maybe to wrap up, I saw a couple of missions come up, so let's go ahead and do that. Yep, a bit nippy. Yay, Olna, you got some XP. And that's pretty much all we can do. We can't really send Olna back out. So that's gonna go ahead and do it for this week. So when we come back on Monday, we will continue our questing in Talador and eventually save Shatrath City from the assault of the Iron Horde. We'll see you guys then.